What's up, everybody? It is I, King Boomer. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do something a little different today. I'll be looking into the Atherstone Ball Game. I wanted to do some British culture type of thing. And some of you guys have pointed out in the past that this one is even crazier than the cheese rolling competition. We will see. Man, this camera, the stand always goes down now. But anyway, one of the reasons I wanted to do this also is because, and it's still sliding down. Maybe I'll just do that and move it up. There we go. Okay. GoPro problems. Me and the Queen are actually going to Greece in about 2 weeks. So we planned this trip a while back. And some of you guys have asked, well, when are you going to make it to the UK? We're actually talking about it now. Pretty sure we want to make it our first trip after we get back from Greece. But it still probably won't happen for a long time. But we're talking about it, so that's a good sign, right? So in that light, I wanted to get into some crazy British cultural events. So I picked the Atherstone Ball Game. A lot of you guys have suggested that in the past. This one, there were two videos that caught my eye. I'm going to do this one. This one's shorter, but it looks like it's more informative. And then there was another one by a guy named Zach Alsop, who he had a lot of views on his. But I think him and his buddies actually, it looks like they entered the Atherstone Ball Game, which is apparently very dangerous. But we're going to do this one. This one is by Tifo Football. So hop on over there, give them a subscription, show them your love. And this is the informative version of what this is all about. So I wanted to check this out. So like, subscribe, do whatever you want. It's free world. Let's check it out. Let's see what the rules of the game are. I'm sure it's nuts. A lot of you guys pointed out that this was crazier than the cheese rolling competition. But that looked pretty insane. So we'll see. Here we go.
The Atherstone Ball Game has one main rule: don't kill anybody. It's a rule that goes without saying in most sports, but in this case, you can see why it's probably necessary to have it in there somewhere.
Oh my god! Headlock!
The game kicked off in 1199. On Shrove Tuesday of that year, two teams, one from Leicestershire and one from Warwickshire, competed over a period of several hours and across several miles of countryside to seize control of a bag of gold. Even at a time when violence was part and parcel of everyday life in England, the so-called Match of Gold was notable for its brutality. There were no referees, and with local pride at stake as well as the gold itself, gouging, bludgeoning and bone-breaking were the order of the day. There might even have been a bit of football in there too. The game's origins can be traced even further back than the 12th century though. Medieval football, or mob football as it is sometimes known, has antecedents in similar games played in the ancient world. And going forwards in time, the evolution of medieval football can be tracked through various diverging branches, including Gaelic football, rugby, and of course, association football. Warwickshire won the 1199 Match of Gold, and for the following 820 years, an annual game has taken place every Shrove Tuesday in the county's market town of Atherstone to mark the event. While many other similar Shrovetide games have come and gone across England over the centuries, the Atherstone Ball Game is still going strong. Wars, social upheaval, and the foot and mouth crisis of 2001 have all failed to cause a break in its bloody...
What's the foot and mouth crisis? I've never heard of that. Somebody let me know what that is in the comments. The foot and mouth crisis. I've never heard of that.
Centuries, the Atherstone Ball Game is still going strong. Wars, social upheaval, and the foot and mouth crisis of 2001 have all failed to cause a break in its bloody 820-year streak. The Highways Act of 1895 was introduced in part to put a stop to ball games being played in public streets. The locals in Atherstone didn't seem to pay it any heed, however. It's become such a part of local identity that one former mayor has said the ball game is Atherstone.
Look at that outfit. That is a proper... That looks like a proper redcoat outfit.
There is not a town. and for many locals, the game is the highlight of the year, something they look forward to, train for, and take immense pride in. It's a connection with the past, and despite its adversarial nature, it brings the whole town together, even if that does mean many of them battering the living daylights out of each other.
Oh my god!
Now there have, over the years, been a few changes to how the game is played, including the addition of the no-killing rule. Instead of a bag of gold, a large leather ball is used nowadays. Because of the damage it sustains during the match, not to mention the bloodstains it usually ends up being spattered with, a new ball is custom made each year. Perhaps the biggest change to the game since its early medieval incarnation is that play is restricted to Atherstone's Long Street in an attempt to prevent the ball being thrown or kicked into the nearby Coventry Canal. The modern game begins at 3 p.m, with the ball being thrown from an upper window of Barclays Bank on Long Street. In recent times, the person who throws out the ball has been a specially invited guest of honour. In 2019, it was former Aston Villa manager Brian Little. The game lasts for 2 hours. In its early stages, it's relatively sedate, with the ball being lofted up and down the street by players, including children. There are also side games, like prizes for getting hold of...
If it lasts 2 hours, then I think a bit of strategy would go in there. Not like it's a smart strategy, but it's better than no strategy. I guess you would hang out around the outside and just chill out for about an hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes. Wait for the vast majority of the contestants to tire out, and then you go in there with all your energy and start causing mayhem at the end. That would be my play. Although I don't know how effective that would be. I mean, I'm sure you guys know better, since this is my first time discovering this event.
One of the ribbons attached to the relatively sedate, with the ball being lofted up and down the street by players, including children. There are also side games, like prizes for getting hold of one of the ribbons attached to the ball at the beginning of play. But as the game heats up, it turns into a no-holds-barred mass brawl. After about an hour, factions start to form, with different groups duking it out for possession of the ball. Players, who number in their hundreds, throw punches, kicks and elbows and use the boarded-up shop windows as launch pads for flying tackles and surprise attacks. The local police look on with amusement as the norms of the 21st century are momentarily put on hiatus in the name of something more primal, brutal and chaotic. In its final minutes, the game reaches fever pitch as the team in possession desperately battles to cling on, while their riled-up opponents do their best to prize the ball out of the scrum.
It looks like they've got like referees, or I think on it looked like a traffic vest or something on there. The guys with the orange and bright yellow vests. I mean, it looks bright yellow. It might be like neon green or something. But anyway, it looks like those guys are jumping in whenever things get too out of hand, or just to get the game to keep going, which is a good sign. You know, it seems like this is supposed to be like a free-for-all, but at the same time, they got people going in there to make sure, you know, no one's getting really out of hand or seriously hurt. So that's always a good sign. If you've gotten this far, I might have to cut out like certain like violent parts, because YouTube doesn't like that with some of the people throwing punches and kicks at each other. But you know, I love the people on the sideline, the lawmen just going, well, can't do anything about it, this is tradition, you know. But as long as things don't get out of hand, that's always good.
And then, when the whistle blows at 5 o'clock, it's all over, and whoever is in possession of the ball wins. The crowds disperse, the shops are reopened, and the blood is washed from the pavement. The winner in 2019 was, for the fourth time, local Jonathan Slesser.
4?
Why does he compete? He told a reporter after the game, "It's the ball game, innit? It's what we're here for."
Good man, Jonathan Slesser. That was really cool. But does he get anything other than, you know, a victory lager, or, you know, a pat on the back or anything? Does he actually get some gold? I don't know. I would imagine not. I mean, it's more of a local tradition type thing. But it'd be nice if you got some money out of that. You know, after all, you just got the crap beat out of you for 2 straight hours. And if you're the one that ends up with the ball, I think you deserve some money after that, don't you think? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, that's very interesting, and I like that. What do I think is more crazy, this one or the cheese rolling competition? Maybe I have to see more footage of the Atherstone Ball Game, but right now I'm going to say the cheese rolling competition. Because that just looks nuts, tumbling down that hill, breaking, you know, all your bones and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people who participate in the Atherstone Ball Game are just there just to hang out, you know, not really get too crazy involved. And, you know, they just want to hang on the outskirts and, like, be a part of the environment kind of thing. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I'd do that. With my bad back, I'd probably do that. But, yeah, I like that. Maybe I'll check out Zach Alsop's, I hope that's how you say his name. Maybe I'll check that one out soon, too. Because he's got, like, 16 minutes in his video of what goes on. And they're actually in the middle of it. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, if you got this far, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if there's any other kooky, weird traditions that you guys have or anything that you feel that I should check out before I eventually head over there, although it's not going to be for a long time, let me know in the comments. And I'll see if I can get around to reacting to a couple of them. But anyway, thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day and stay safe out there.